All right, so today we're diving into something that seems like everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
It's everywhere.
It is. And we all know it can do these pretty incredible things.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, how do you actually get it to work for you?
Right.
Like, how do you go from just kind of, like, typing in random stuff to getting these, like,
Exact.
really amazing results?
Yeah.
So we're going to go deep today on this guide by advocate Shivam Shukla
Okay.
that breaks down how to craft ChatGPT prompts that deliver, like, mind-blowing results.
It's really like a secret language almost that
Yeah.
you need to learn
Yeah.
to unlock the real power of it. You know, it's not just about typing anything in. It's about giving it the right instructions to really make it sing.
Yes. And the cool thing is Shukla lays out this really clear 9-step framework to help us do just that.
Nice.
And it's really practical, it's actionable, and I think it's perfect for learners
Yeah.
who want to go from just like basic prompts to something truly impressive.
It really forces you to think deliberately
Yeah.
about what you want
Yeah.
because it's not magic, right?
Right.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it needs the right input
Yeah.
to give you the right output.
Okay. So let's break down these 9 steps.
Okay.
First up is task.
Mhm.
Now, this seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But why is it so important to define that task clearly?
Well, think of it like giving someone directions.
Okay.
If you just say, like, take me somewhere nice,
Yeah.
you'll probably end up somewhere random.
Right.
But if you say, take me to the Italian restaurant on Elm Street,
Yeah.
you're going to get exactly where you want to go.
Right.
ChatGPT needs that same level of specificity. You're asking it to write a poem,
Yeah.
summarize an article, generate code, be precise.
Got it. So be super specific about what you want.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. So once we've got the task nailed down, we move on to context. What does that involve?
This is where you're essentially giving ChatGPT all the background information it needs to understand your request.
Okay.
So, for example,
Yeah.
if you want ChatGPT to write a speech about climate change, you wouldn't just say, write a speech.
Right.
You would specify, you know, is this for a high school audience?
Yeah.
Is this for, you know, the United Nations?
Right.
What are the key points you want to hit?
Yeah.
What's the tone?
Okay.
You're essentially setting the stage for ChatGPT to do its thing.
So it's like giving ChatGPT the cheat sheet before the big exam.
Exactly. The more information you give it,
Yeah.
the better equipped it is
Yeah.
to deliver what you're looking for.
Okay. So the more information, the better.
Yeah.
Right. And this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay.
The next step is examples.
Mm-hmm.
Why is showing ChatGPT what we want
Yeah.
more effective than just telling it?
Have you ever tried to explain like a complex concept to someone and they
Yeah.
just didn't get it?
Yeah.
But then you show them an example
Totally.
and suddenly it clicked.
Yes.
That's what we're doing here.
Okay.
If you want a certain writing style, show ChatGPT a sample.
Yeah.
If you need a specific format, provide a template.
Okay.
Examples speak louder than words, even for AI.
So it's all about giving ChatGPT a clear visual of the target, so to speak.
Precisely. And that brings us to a really fun step.
Okay.
Persona.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can actually tell ChatGPT who it should pretend to be
Yeah.
while it's generating the output.
Yeah, this one blew my mind when I first heard about it.
Right.
Like, want a poem from a robot's perspective?
Yeah.
No problem.
It's incredible.
It is incredible.
And it goes beyond just like the voice.
Yeah.
It actually influences the information that ChatGPT prioritizes.
Oh, wow.
So like,
So it's not just about mimicking a writing style. It's about tapping into a specific way of thinking.
exactly.
That's incredible. All right. What's next in our framework?
Format.
Okay.
This is where you get specific about how you want the output to look.
Right.
Bullet points,
Mm-hmm.
essay script.
Got it.
Lay it out clearly so ChatGPT doesn't have to guess.
Makes sense. We don't want a sonnet when we needed a tweet.
Exactly. And closely related to format is tone.
Okay.
You know, do you want it funny,
Mm-hmm.
serious,
Yeah.
formal, casual?
Right.
ChatGPT needs to know the vibe you're going for.
It's like setting the mood music for the entire output.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we've gone through all these steps
Yeah.
and we've got our first output. Are we done?
Not quite.
Yeah.
Step 7 is iteration and refinement.
Yeah.
Even with the best prompts,
Yeah.
rarely does perfection happen on the first try.
Right.
Treat it like a conversation.
Okay.
You give ChatGPT feedback,
Yeah.
it adjusts. You give more feedback,
Okay.
and so on until you get exactly what you need.
So it's a dance, not a one-time command then.
Precisely. And that's why step 8,
Okay.
final review and validation, is
Mm-hmm.
so crucial.
Right.
Even after all that refining, it's still on you
Yeah.
to double check the output.
Right.
Especially, when it comes to factual accuracy
Okay.
or sensitive topics.
Okay.
ChatGPT is a tool, and
Right.
like any tool, it needs a human
Mhm.
guiding it responsibly.
So it's all about taking ownership of that final product.
Yes.
Even if AI helped us get there.
Exactly.
Okay, that covers 8 steps.
Mm-hmm.
What's the 9th and final piece of this puzzle?
A practical application.
Okay.
This framework isn't just theory.
Yeah.
It's meant to be used across like a vast array of
Yeah.
real-world situations.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to explore next.
Okay.
Looking at how people are actually using this 9-step system
Cool.
to create amazing things with ChatGPT.
All right, I'm already getting excited to see these practical examples. It sounds like ChatGPT has a hidden talent for every profession out there.
Oh, yeah.
But before we jump into those, let's take a quick pause.
Okay.
We'll be back in a flash to explore the incredible ways people are putting this framework to work in their everyday lives.
Welcome back. So now that we have this powerful 9-step framework, at our fingertips,
Yeah.
let's actually dive into how it's being used.
Okay.
I think you'll be surprised at just how versatile it is.
All right, I'm ready to be amazed. Let's start with something that I know a lot of us struggle with,
Okay.
writing and content creation.
Yeah.
Is ChatGPT really the magic bullet everyone's making it out to be?
It can be.
Okay.
But the key is, again, using the framework.
Okay.
So, think about a blog post.
Yeah.
Advocate Shivam Shukla's guide
Mm-hmm.
gives this example of someone wanting to write about the benefits of renewable energy,
Okay.
right? Instead of just prompting, write a blog post about renewable energy,
Right.
they use the framework to give context, specify persona, like an environmentalist,
Right.
even dictate the format and tone.
So ChatGPT isn't replacing the writer, it's more like a superpowered assistant.
Exactly. It takes direction incredibly well.
Okay.
Even something as short as a social media caption benefits from this.
Okay.
Shukla's guide mentions a prompt for a new coffee shop's Instagram post,
Okay.
right? And they specified a casual tone, a word count limit,
Yeah.
even included the hashtag.
Wow.
All things that, would take you time to think about and add later.
Right.
ChatGPT does it instantly.
That's pretty slick, but what about something more formal?
Okay.
Like professional communication?
Yeah.
Can ChatGPT really handle that?
Better than you might think.
Okay.
So imagine having to apologize to a big client for a project delay.
Ooh, yeah.
Stressful. Right.
Very.
The guide gives this prompt where the persona is clearly defined as empathetic,
Okay.
reassuring,
Yeah.
and focused on that client relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That changes the output drastically. Yeah.
Compared to just asking for like a generic apology email.
I can see how that level of control would be a lifesaver in those situations, but I'm curious, how does ChatGPT fare with something more data-driven,
Okay.
like, say, a quarterly sales report?
That's where persona selection becomes super interesting.
Okay.
Shukla has an example where someone asks ChatGPT to create an executive summary,
Yeah.
but the persona is set as a data analyst.
Okay.
This means instead of flowery language,
Right.
you're going to get concise bullet points, key metrics highlighted,
Yeah.
exactly what an executive wants to see.
Right.
No fluff.
Okay. I'm starting to see the pattern here. It's
Right.
like the clearer your vision of the final product,
Yeah.
the better ChatGPT can help you get there.
Exactly. And this applies even to areas you wouldn't traditionally think of as AI territory.
Okay.
Take education, for example. The
Mhm.
guide has prompts for things like lesson plans.
Oh, wow.
Imagine telling ChatGPT to create one for teaching Newton's laws of motion to 8th graders.
Okay. Right. You can specify the time limit,
Mm-hmm.
the activities, even the tone to keep things engaging for that age group.
So ChatGPT isn't just writing essays and poems, it's becoming a teaching assistant too.
It's all about how we leverage it.
Yeah.
There's an example for explaining blockchain technology,
Okay.
but the key is the prompt specifies it's for a non-technical audience.
Got it.
Suddenly, ChatGPT has to shift gears from complex jargon to everyday language,
Right.
which is incredibly useful in a world where tech is, becoming more and more prevalent.
I'm convinced ChatGPT can clearly handle a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about areas where maybe a human touch is still crucial.
Okay.
What about marketing and sales?
Yeah.
Can AI really be persuasive?
It's not about replacing the marketer,
Right.
but becoming their secret weapon.
Okay.
So imagine writing product descriptions all day. tedious.
Yeah, it is.
But the guide shows a prompt where someone asks ChatGPT to target eco-conscious buyers
Okay.
for a reusable water bottle, right? The tone is set to persuasive and enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And boom, you've got copy that speaks directly to that audience's values.
It's like ChatGPT did the market research and tailored the message instantly. What about something more strategic, like a whole social media campaign?
There's an example for that too.
Okay.
Someone asked for a 3-month strategy for a fitness app targeting millennials.
Okay.
But the persona is set as a digital marketing strategist,
Got it.
meaning ChatGPT is thinking about objectives, platforms, even the content ideas,
Wow.
all formatted in this neat table ready to be implemented.
Okay, color me impressed, but what about customer service?
Okay.
That seems like it needs that human empathy factor, right?
Empathy can absolutely be programmed.
Okay.
So imagine your clothing brand has this like complex return policy.
Yeah,
Explaining that over and over is
Yeah.
a nightmare.
it is.
The guide shows a prompt for creating an FAQ section,
Okay.
but it specifies a professional yet empathetic tone,
Okay.
along with that easy-to-read Q&A format, so customers get their answers.
Yeah.
And your support team is free for, more complex issues.
It's like automating the basics while keeping that human touch for when it matters most. But what about when things go wrong? Can ChatGPT handle, say, a product recall?
Crisis communication is tricky,
Yeah.
but the guide tackles that head on.
Okay.
So there's an example where someone asks for a public apology draft,
Mm-hmm.
specifying a context where the company prioritizes customer safety above all else.
Okay.
That sets the tone for the entire message,
Get it.
making it transparent, apologetic, but also focused on regaining trust.
This is making me realize how much we take for granted in human communication,
Yeah,
the nuances, the subtle cues. But it seems ChatGPT is catching up fast.
it's a testament to how powerful language is
Yeah.
and how even AI is learning to wield it effectively.
Yeah.
And speaking of wielding language, we can't forget about creative writing.
Oh, yeah.
This is where ChatGPT can really let loose.
I was just about to ask about that. Everyone's talking about AI writing novels, but how good can it really be?
It all comes back to the prompts.
Yeah.
So the guide has an example where someone wants the opening paragraph
Yeah.
of a thriller
Okay.
set during a citywide power outage.
Right.
They specify this suspenseful novelist persona
Uh-huh.
and a mysterious, gripping tone.
Mhm.
Suddenly, ChatGPT isn't just writing words, it's setting a scene, building tension.
That's so cool. So even if you're not a novelist yourself, you can play around with different styles, different genres,
Yeah.
all thanks to those specific prompts.
Exactly. And remember, even a simple haiku about autumn benefits from this.
Oh, right.
Specifying like a reflective, vivid tone
Yeah.
changes the output from a basic description
Right.
to something more evocative, more emotionally resonant.
It's like ChatGPT becomes a collaborator in your creative process.
Right.
But what about something more technical,
Okay.
like writing instructions or documentation?
Yeah.
Can it handle that level of detail?
Technical writing is where clear communication is paramount, and ChatGPT excels at that.
Okay.
So the guide has a prompt for setting up a home Wi-Fi network
Mm-hmm.
by setting the persona as an IT expert.
Okay.
You're ensuring the steps are accurate,
Yeah.
the language is straightforward,
Right.
and it's all formatted in this numbered list that's easy to follow.
It's like having an IT guy in your pocket. What about something even more specialized, like API documentation?
There's an example for that too.
Oh, wow.
The key is the prompt specifies the format,
Okay.
endpoints, methods, examples,
Right.
and sets a technical, concise tone.
Yeah.
Suddenly, ChatGPT is churning out docs that developers can actually understand and use.
Okay, I'm seeing how versatile this framework really is,
Yeah.
but I'm also realizing that it's not about making AI do everything for us.
Right.
It's about making it a partner in the process, right?
Absolutely. And that brings us to a field where this partnership can be incredibly powerful.
Okay.
Public interest and advocacy.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have immediately thought of ChatGPT in that context. What kind of prompts are we talking about here?
So imagine you're preparing for a court case defending free speech.
Okay.
The guide shows a prompt where someone asks for an opening statement, but the persona is set as a constitutional lawyer.
Okay.
That means ChatGPT is drawing on legal precedent, structuring arguments persuasively, all in this authoritative tone that commands attention.
So it's not replacing lawyers, but giving them a tool to refine their arguments. Maybe even explore angles they hadn't considered before.
Exactly. There's another example for drafting a PIL challenging deforestation,
Okay.
where the focus is on the environmental impact.
Yeah.
The prompt sets a formal, impactful tone, because even in legal documents, language matters.
It's like ChatGPT is helping us find the most effective way to advocate for the causes we care about. And finally, we can't forget about strategic planning, something crucial for any individual or business.
Absolutely.
I'm curious how ChatGPT fits into that. Is it about predicting the future?
Not quite predicting, but helping us map out a path to success.
Okay.
So think about creating a business plan for a new tech startup. The guide has a prompt where someone asks for a 1-year plan,
Okay.
but the persona is a business consultant.
Got it.
Suddenly, ChatGPT is thinking about market analysis, product roadmaps, financial projections,
Wow.
all in that professional investor-ready format.
It's like having a consultant on call 24/7.
Right.
But what about something more specific, like a project proposal?
There's an example for implementing solar panels in schools.
Okay.
The target audience is local government officials. So the prompt sets a persuasive, data-driven tone
Right.
because that's what resonates with decision makers.
Got it.
ChatGPT becomes a tool for not just planning, but advocating for that plan effectively.
This has been an incredible journey through the world of ChatGPT prompts I'm seeing now. It's not just about what you ask, but how you ask it.
And that's where advocate Shivam Shukla's 9-step framework is so valuable.
Yeah.
It gives us a roadmap for harnessing this incredible technology, making it work for us. Not the other way around.
Yeah, but there's one crucial aspect we haven't explored fully.
Right.
Iterative refinement.
Yeah.
And that's where the real magic happens, which we'll dive into after a short break. Okay, we're back and ready to unpack this idea of iterative refinement.
Yeah.
I'm getting the sense that this is where we really take ChatGPT from like helpful tool to like mind-blowing partner. Am I on the right track?
You're absolutely right. It's the secret sauce
Okay.
that elevates your prompts and unlocks ChatGPT's full potential.
Yeah.
Think of it this way.
Right.
Even the most skilled artist you know
Yeah.
doesn't create a masterpiece on the first try,
Right.
right? They sketch,
Yeah.
they erase, they refine layer by layer until that vision comes to life.
So it's not about getting that perfect prompt on the first try.
Yeah.
It's about embracing the process, the back and forth.
Precisely. Advocate Shivam Shukla's guide has a great example to illustrate this.
Okay.
They start with a very basic prompt. Write a blog on AI.
Okay, that's pretty broad. I can imagine ChatGPT spitting out something generic and
Yeah,
a little boring.
exactly. And that's what happened.
Oh, hey.
The feedback on that first draft was too vague, lacks depth.
Right. No surprise there.
No surprise.
So how did they refine it?
Okay.
Did they just add a few more words?
They went back to the framework.
Okay.
They specified a word count. They narrowed the topic to AI in healthcare,
Okay.
defined the target audience as professionals, and even set an optimistic tone.
So the refined prompt became, write a 500-word blog explaining how AI transforms healthcare, targeted at professionals, use real-world examples, and an optimistic tone.
There you go.
Wow, that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Suddenly, ChatGPT has a clear roadmap, a specific voice,
Yeah.
a targeted purpose,
Exactly.
and the result.
A well-structured, insightful blog post that hit all the marks.
That's amazing. It's
Yeah.
like they took this vague idea
Yeah.
and through this refinement process, sculpted it into something precise and impactful.
The key takeaway here is don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
Start with a basic prompt, see what ChatGPT gives you, and then refine, refine, refine.
Yeah.
It's through this iterative process that you'll discover the nuances of prompt engineering
Right.
and truly master the art of communicating with AI.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has.
And honestly, it's left me feeling both excited and a little intimidated.
Yeah,
ChatGPT is clearly powerful,
it is.
but it's also a responsibility, isn't it?
It is. It's like being handed this set of incredibly advanced tools.
Yeah.
You can use them to build something amazing, but you also need to use them carefully,
Right.
ethically, and with a clear understanding of their limitations.
It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with AI, and it's a little daunting to think about what the future holds.
Daunting, yes, but also incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine a world where AI helps us write better, think more creatively,
Yeah.
solve complex problems, and advocate for the causes that we care about. That's the potential we're unlocking with tools like ChatGPT.
And at the end of the day, it's all about human ingenuity, right?
Absolutely.
Our ability to learn, adapt, and use these tools in ways we haven't even imagined yet.
It's a partnership,
Yeah?
a collaboration between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. And that's what makes this era so fascinating.
Well said. So for all the learners out there, what's the one piece of advice you'd leave them with as they embark on their own ChatGPT journey?
Don't be afraid to experiment.
No.
Embrace the iterative process, play with different prompts, and most importantly,
Yeah,
have fun. The possibilities are truly endless.
I couldn't agree more. This deep dive has given us a framework, a set of tools, and a whole new perspective on what's possible with AI.
Yeah.
It's time to put that knowledge into action and see where our own ChatGPT journeys take us.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Well, who knows, maybe you'll be sharing your ChatGPT breakthroughs with us on a future Deep Dives. Until then, happy prompting.